Now I'm going to do a quick video here on how to user catch. Now this is more kind of just informing you guys of the importance of user catching, and this is really going to take practice. Um, so here, again, when we user catch, it's usually going to be when we throw something late to the sideline. That's usually when I find myself going for clicking on the do a user catch. Or even you can really click on to catch every route just to get better catching animations, because sometimes in Madden the CPU is not going to give you the best animations after the catch. So it's good to get practice clicking onto everything, but where it's going to be most important is on these sideline catches. Like if you were to throw something late, so all I did there, again, this is really all practice, but you click on, you hit B, or you hit circle if you're on PlayStation, and you take the left analog and you just kind of push back on it. That's all I did. So I clicked on here because I knew I was approaching the sideline, and if I let the CPU catch this, he was probably going to go out of bounds. So I clicked on here, and I just stopped him just for a second, just so my momentum wasn't going to carry me out of bounds, because then I wouldn't have caught the ball. So again, I just kind of stopped with my user. You saw I clicked on here, and basically I just pulled him back with the left analog, and then I pulled him back with the left analog, and then I went forward to possession catch it. Whereas if I had just let the CPU catch it, like if I had just kept up this momentum and just kept running, there's a really good chance this would have been called out of bounds. So that's why I stopped him for a second, just so I could fit this in bounds. So again, let me try to replicate that again, and let me throw it late again, but let me not click on, just so you guys can see the difference. And this is something I would just try out in practice mode. There's not much to it. Again, it just takes practice and repetition. It's like shooting free throws and getting your shooting form down. Same thing. See right here, since it was so late, it just ended up going out of bounds. Whereas if I had clicked on and just pulled him back for a second, there's a much higher chance I would have been able to stay in bounds here. But since I didn't click on him, pull him back, again, my momentum just carried me out of bounds here. So again, this is just something that'll take practice. Again, back to my analogy of, it's just like shooting a basketball. You're not gonna. There's not much. Once you see the technique and once you know how to do, it's more about just doing it over and over and over again until you perfect it. Again, it's the same thing in Madden. I would say maybe something you could do for 25 reps before bed, 50 reps before bed. After you play a game, just do 5-10 minutes of just practicing this in practice mode, and you're gonna notice significant improvements in your game and the user catching aspect. And this goes for any aspect of the game. If you want to work on your reads, or if you want to work on your pocket presence, again, which I'll talk about a lot more in an upcoming course. But it's good to always go back at the end of the day and even practice for like 5, 10, 30 minutes on certain aspects of your game. Again, you will know significant improvements if you're consistently just making like 15 minutes a day to do practice on certain aspects.